Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, guys. Today is July. Yes. July 9th. July 8th. Today's July 8th. July 8th, 2021. Thursday. Today we're going to get into a live market analysis. Basically, the pairs I'm going over for this for today, and any other pairs that are requested. If you have a requested pair, go ahead. If you have a requested pair, go ahead, put it in the live chat, and we can go ahead go over it after I get through my daily plan. And then we'll have time to do the daily thoughts, and then we're going to close out the call. All right. So let's get into it. First and foremost, we have dollar Swiss. Dollar Swiss, I have this set up. Just price broke the trend line that we were looking for yesterday. Entry came, but price went up, hit SL, and then retraced higher. It didn't break that high where it would have invalidated the level. But this just came at such a late time that I was in bed by this time, so didn't take the opportunity. So got this next opportunity here, which we'll break down right now by doing a full markup. Before we do this full markup, let me just say, if this is your first time hopping on the call, every single weekday, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'll go ahead and hop on here and mark up the pairs that I'm paying attention to for the week. If you want my full watch list, you can click the link in the description to my blog where it says check out my full watch list, and you can see all 25 pairs that I mark up each week. And also, while you're down there, there's also a link to the Discord server where you can find all the screenshots to the charts that we talk about on here, and like have any questions you can ask there as well. While you're down there, please go ahead, hit the like button and subscribe to keep up with future content. All right. All right, so getting into dollar Swiss. On dollar Swiss, on the monthly, we're going to put price in a range right here. And I wonder if I'll check that after this. We're going to focus on this right now. We can tighten up the range right here. Price put in a recent bottom right here. Price just scaled up. We have a possible recent high right here. Would like to see price push down. We have just an aggressive push up without any type of retracement. Going down to the daily because there's nothing else to draw there. We have a possible expanding triangle forming. All right, now in this case, I wouldn't mind entering off the 38 if price gets back down to this level. I wouldn't mind it. It would be way better setup if price retraces all the way to the 50. I'll identify price at the 38.2 and we'll see how it approaches. And if price gets to the 50, I'll definitely take that entry. Let's go ahead and X that out, X this out, and delete that. But ultimately, I'm looking for price to continue scaling up to this upside. We just need this retracement to come in order for us to, in order for me to be willing to enter for that buying opportunity. Now here, previously, been looking at this little small uptrend, which performed a just basically corrective movement in the upward direction, and was looking for this impulse here in this correction. Price retraced a bit higher than I wanted it to, or than my entry level. Price pushed down, broke this trend line, and now we're waiting on a correction to about this area where I'm looking to sell at. Okay, I'm actually looking to sell about right here, about the 55th level. It hasn't put in a low yet, so it's not 100% just yet. Just gotta keep on waiting. If price put in an equal low, that would actually be pretty interesting. I actually would like the lower low though. But here, looking for this opportunity for about a 10 to 1. Okay, screenshot being sent out to the Discord server. So it's all right, on to the next pair, right? Okay, GA review from yesterday took ultimately ended up taking 3 entries. The last entry I did not send out on my live stream, not my live stream, but the Discord server. But it was taken on the other account, not the primary account. So here, H1, what I was looking for here, it had a ascending channel here. I got a break and looking for a correction to sell off. Every time price gave me a signal, I pretty much entered here, and at the time, which was about, when I stopped looking at the market, was about 6-5 after about 6:30. Prices in this area, and come morning time I was looking for this ascending channel to be broken, or this channel to be broken, and looking for a correction to sell to the downside. That never came, so that setup is invalid, and we can see price clearly just continued pushing up. So we're gonna go ahead and delete that. We're gonna go to the monthly and mark this up and find a new setup. Moving average should not be on there right now. So we're going to put in at the top of this range. We can see price is at the top there. The bottom of it, we actually want to see price revisit that bottom there. Now price is overextended in this situation, and I mean, if price does break above, the next area I'm looking for it to go to is up here, basically to this previous high here. We'll just say that. I won't dig too deep into the reasoning. I still want to see price like break to the downside. All right, I still see price has the potential to break to the downside here. Price is in the supply zone. It hasn't broken above yet, and yeah, I'm just looking for it to come down. Now here, off the daily time frame, the entry would be wait for a break here. Wait for a break here, look for a correction. But since it's off of the daily time frame, that means there's smaller possible setups on the 1 hour time frame. Okay. So we're gonna go down to the 4 hours, see if there's anything that we can do the box price in any better. We can adjust this trend line a bit. Actually, that is perfect. We have this uptrend here, which is going to be a whole lot cleaner and better on the 1 hour time frame, and that's pretty much it right now. Yeah, going down to the 1 hour time frame. Okay, trend line there. In order for me to enter here, wow, this looks like it's probably going to be a 15-minute setup, because I see 15-minute setups right now. Before we move down, this is what I'm looking at on the 1 hour time frame. Breaking the trend line, looking for a correction, and then looking to sell. It's real simple, basic stuff. Now this is a major sell, right? I'm not just looking to sell to this trend line. I'm looking for price to essentially revisit the bottom, not necessarily go all the way back down to the bottom, but make a significant move down to that area, right? So from that point, I don't talk about pips a lot, but we'll talk about pips today. From here to here to about, let's see, in that situation, it would be about second or third target, depending on how you set your targets. For me, it would be second target, it's about 400 pips. Third target is about 700. And then if it reaches all the way down, that's about 1,000 pip opportunity, right? I'm not going to be going for all that. I'm going to be, I mean, this could easily be a 15R move at least. My initial target is going to be here, then my final target will be at this level here, which this level here means 1.78145. Okay, so on the 1 hour time frame, I saw a ton of 15-minute setups, so I'm most likely looking at this on the 15-minute, at least right now. So on this 15 minutes, price here at the top, put in a double top right now, and some risky business going on here, right? So I'm gonna have to play it safe in this scenario just because of the trades I took on here yesterday have put me in, what is it, like a 2.5 hour drawdown. So I'm gonna have to wait for the break of the trend line and then look for a correction and look to sell, and I'm gonna look for that on the 15-minute time frame. So I'll start paying attention to this on the break if it happens on the 15. That's when I'll start paying attention to it and look if it's better, if the setup is cleaner on the 15 or 1 hour time frame, to determine whether I take it on each one of those. But obviously, if the setup first comes to the 15, I'm going to take it on the 15. Dash GA. I'm gonna take the screenshot on the 1 hour here. And to be conservative, right? For the Discord server, we're gonna be conservative, and we're gonna set our target. We're just gonna put. No. I had to at least signify the break. I'm gonna have to go to the 4 hour. Okay, send out to Discord. Next, dollar yen. Man, she did not make it. Dollar yen did not make it to the setup. That's actually pretty interesting though. Give me 1 quick second to note this off. Yeah, we'll note it off right now. So this means our criteria for head and shoulders on the 4 hour time frame. The entry is kind of whack though. Oh, it's way better on the 1 hour time frame. Okay, I'm just gonna take this screenshot real quick. That we're going to delete everything and start our monthly. Alright, cool. So putting price in a range again, we have price essentially approaching the top of the range. Actually want to move it down to about the top of this close candle here, that bullish close candle. Because it's closer to this high, closer to that high, and closer to that high. It basically averages out those highs there. Now, and it's like, yeah, it's right on top of there. Okay, so this trend line has been broken, which is Beautiful. It's amazing. It's beautiful. All right, we can see price. Yesterday we talked about sustainable and unsustainable movement. Sustainable movement here, we have an aggressive breakout of that channel, of that uptrend right here. So looking for a correction and looking for price to allow us to get in. Okay, yesterday price didn't correct as high as I would have liked it to. Here, I need, if price gets up to that level, I'll definitely be interested in taking a sell. This one is canceled now. Hasn't put in a low yet, so that still has potential to change. So it's basically the neckline there, so that's pretty nice. Yeah, that's pretty much it. There's nothing more to do there. No reason to go down to a lower time frame. Oops. For the people asking me about a course, I put in the Discord server, I put like free resources to education. I do not sell a course. Like, my main focus is just to get better as a trader right now. I'm not trying to, right now I'm not selling anything, because it does distract from things that I need to work on to improve. It's USDJPY. Okay, here this was just the move I was tracking to say, okay, if we bought here, even though this correction is terrible and I wouldn't enter off of it, what would happen? That trade would miss, or would hit SL. So I'm going to put this down as a missed trade, just as a reminder to myself that, hey, this is why you don't take that setup. Missed trades. There you go. Okay, let's delete that. So price has broken out. Now for the last 2 days, my markup on this is flip-flopped. Like Monday was a buy, the buy failed, and then Tuesday converted to a sell, then Wednesday it converted back to a buy, and that was that setup there. But I knew, like, I'm not going to take that buy setup because of the formation there, because of the structure. And today it's back to sell because price is put in a top right there, and price has broken the trend line that we previously had. That's tough, but it's real until things change, right? Price put in a new low here, so looking for price to continue to scale down at the moment. Yeah, it's gonna be way better on the 4-hour time frame. We can put that daily trend line there. Is there another low that we can put here? About this area is actually perfect. And let's go back up to the weekly. See if we can critique that at all. And yes, we can. So this area exactly. If price doesn't do something stupid there, but I'm not going to be taking a buy there. Yeah, this area here is where I'm looking for price to get to in order to buy at, or at least look for buying opportunities. Or you can say that in different terms, this is where I'm looking to take targets if I get a sell opportunity. Let's go to the daily. Daily, we have that impulse. 4-hour time frame should be clear 4-hour time frame is actually beautiful. First sell area is here. That's 38.2 for a sell, so that is not something I'm gonna take. Most likely a 5-to-1, not a 5-to-1, but to the 50. Man, that's still a 38.2. I can't take that. I won't take that. I'll take the 50 if you get to that level. Yeah, that's it. And just so I don't have to come back here and I could just split the screen, EURJPY. That is MT4. That is not what I want. And that is MT5. That is also not what I wanted. There you go. To just put in, okay. Oh, this is for old setups. Okay. Good. Yeah, good on that. Moving to next. Pound dollar. Pound dollar was looking for a sell price, never got to my entry level, so no entry. It's that simple. So let's do a full markup. Got the high of the range, we got the low of the range, we have a tighter range up there. We're just gonna do this right here. I wonder, that would actually be interesting. I'm gonna write that down. Okay, here at the weekly, we have another range here. Look for price to reach the bottom there. So looking for selling opportunities right now. And that's the daily. After the selling opportunity, I'm looking for price to just start ranging, possibly between this area and this low here. If you didn't see what I saw, this area and this low here, possibly price forms a range within this area. So just buy, sell, and primarily I'd be looking for to stack up some selling orders up at the top here. That'd be interesting. We got a trend line here, which is converting into a descending channel off the daily time frame. We'll see if it finishes out like that. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame. All that means is just wait for a break of the trend line, look for a correction, and look to buy. Look to buy just to that high. That's what I would be looking for. Here, Yeah, here there's nothing to do. This is the options here, right? Look for price to correct or come back up one more time before looking for an entry to sell. That's what I'll be waiting for. Price come back up to there, but the downside just barely has any potential. Missed the opportunities to sell before. When did I miss the opportunities to sell? 1 a.m. right here. Missed the opportunity. Entries at about 5. Let's go down to the 1 hour. Make this more exact. It's 3 a.m. Entry opportunity here came at 10 on the 23rd. What happened last week? I have to review that. Another entry opportunity came here. Now for these setups that's scattered, I wouldn't necessarily enter those. Yeah, at that time I would not have entered that. Oh, that's June. That's the reason I wasn't paying attention to those and don't have it logged, because I was back testing. Ascending channel broke out, correction. Yeah, I had to see price come back up there. It's unlikely that price will come back up there. And the next step most likely I'm going to be waiting for is break of the trend line. So this gave me another idea. And I wouldn't even have to test that to figure that out. That'd actually be, yeah, I'm gonna do that. Something to know here, like I do only enter off of, I guess, when I'm paying attention and when I'm actually in the zone. For GBPUSD, I enter off the 1 hour time frame. I'll look for setups off the 1 hour. EURJPY, look for setups off the 4 hour. Alright, that's written down. Let's move on. After I take the screenshots and go to the Discord server. If you guys do have any pairs that you want me to go over before the call ends, please go ahead and type it out in live chat. Also, if you have any questions, type that out in live chat so we can go over it before the call ends. GBP or just anything that you want to share as well. Okay, EURAUD. Now, in my daily thoughts, I'm going to be talking about a few things. Basically, when I went on tilt yesterday, right? I was pissed. Probably because a few mistakes that I personally made. Yeah, pretty much that's really it. It's just mistakes that I made, and then there was a moment where I noticed I was making mistakes, and I continued to make the mistake. So I'll talk about that, and it just led to a few missed opportunities, and yeah, just me at the end of the day having to walk away. But EURAUD, we had this initial missed opportunity down here, and then we had another missed opportunity here for a single sell setup, right? Or single buy setup. How did I miss this opportunity on the 7th yesterday? 8 a.m. Price came down to the level. Why didn't I enter? I was looking for the A plus setup instead of the A setup. The A setup gave us another opportunity after the entry. I'll have to go through, look at the recording and figure out why. Maybe my alert didn't go off, or maybe you didn't quite touch it. those are some questions I'm gonna have to ask personally. But anyway, look, price pushed up from our setup. It played out from the expanding triangle perfectly. So now it's just time to look for the next setup. Can't really do anything about that one right now. I'm gonna put in the low here, and we're gonna go down to the weekly to define the high. High right there. Yep, there we go. Perfect. Daily time frame. We have an uptrend here. Do we really need to draw the uptrend? No, we don't. So I'm not gonna draw it. And then this is the expanding triangle that we are breaking out of right now. Okay, so let's go down to the 4-hour. We have an impulse correction here. We have an impulse here, looking for a correction, possibly an opportunity to enter. Now at the top here is kind of iffy. Nevertheless, there is a potential opportunity. This impulse correction is off the 1-hour time frame because the 4-hour just doesn't have enough structure to determine that as a 4-hour mini little setup or continuation setup. So we're gonna be looking for this next one off the 1-hour as well. It's pretty aggressive. Like, it's really aggressive. It's really overextended, so it could even go deeper. Excuse me. But looking for price go down to that level. We'll see how price reacts to that level. I'm not too interested in this setup right now. Like, it's not really it's not really worth it. The real opportunity is to sell up here, which, okay, I'm gonna alert set for that, which is good, but I'll note it down anyway. I'll set the alert anyway. Oh, I didn't even draw it out. Let's be more detailed with this for the screenshot. I'm looking for exhaustion in this area. Like, as soon as price gets there, it's not like I'm just gonna enter. I need some type of exhaustion to signal to me, hey, we're done. If you're interested in this opportunity, what's in on the 25 charts, so you can look at it there. Pippage, we have 300 there plus 200 there, so about 500 pips on that one move. Let's go to EURGBP. Okay, EURGBP, EURGBP hit alerts yesterday. I actually did end up taking this opportunity. I did not send it out. I only took it on my secondary account, so it's not too and also at that point I was tilted, so like I wasn't really locked in. I was just trying to really focus on, hey, this is the setup. Make sure you go through your checklist, make sure everything is right here, and take the opportunity. I ended up recording myself during that. Maybe one day, like, I'll put that out, but I was, and like, even before taking this opportunity, I probably should have stopped trading. But yeah, one day I'll probably upload it on my website or something like that. But this this weekend's whatchamacall is going to be pretty fun. Weekly recap is going to be pretty fun for you guys. So we have a range here. If you don't know, when I make a mistake on my trading plan, I eat the hottest pepper in the world. So that will be recorded this weekend. Weekly, we have an impulse here. We got this correction. I'm looking for price to scale up to the upside. Why am I looking for price to scale up to the upside so aggressively? We have a range right here. We have a larger range here as well. Price put in a low here, which, oh, we have this larger range, and look for price to really come back up to there. We also have this overextension of this push down, and look for price to at least give us a retracement before continuing down. And the area that I'd like price to come to is about this area here. So that's why I'm looking for price to go up so aggressively. Now, which of these actually matter? We're going to delete all that and redo it. This recent low matters. This high here, I'm looking for it to break, so it doesn't matter as much. We have a level that hasn't been tested, so that matters. If price breaks this low, then we'll go ahead and put that level in. If price breaks this high, we'll go ahead and put that level in as well. But until then, these are the only two levels that are like important. And this is just a beautiful, it's a beautiful setup. It's really a pretty easy setup as well. But there's some things that have to happen in order for price to actually continue pushing up. And if you don't see the setup, we have an impulse here, we have a correction here, and we're looking for price to just push up there, up to that high. We'll go ahead and put in the lows there. And we're considering, I have to consider this a daily setup. Of course, it's too large. Now, first target, I'm looking for this high to be broken. Where's the next setup? I have a possible annex setup, but I'll have to wait days for that to actually happen until that high at least gets touched or broken. Looking for this high to be broken. How could this high be broken? A few things could happen. I'm just gonna run through the scenarios. Alright, scenario number one. Price forms an ascending channel here. We're gonna use the marker. Price forms an ascending channel here, and then it comes back down. Alright, and we'll say it comes all the way back down to the entry level. In that case, like, price is broken a few levels already, so like I should be moving my SL, which I'm gonna stop like doing stuff right now, and I'm gonna do that right now. Okay, ascending channel price could come back down to the bottom here. In the case that price comes back down to the bottom and retests this area, that kind of makes it more lowering the probability of price actually continuing to the upside. So that's scenario number one. Next scenario, price could reject here again, give us a correction to about this level, and we look for a buy there. I don't like that setup because that high isn't broken here, so I mean, I would prefer that high to be broken before looking for that buy to the upside. And in the case of a rejection here and price begins to scale down, I'd look for price to come back down here, where I would look for another entry, because there's, I mean, that range is, the bottom of that range is better to buy at than the middle of it. So if price breaks above this high, I'm looking for a correction to this level potentially, right? If price is going to be moving aggressively up and giving us that impulse to the upside, I don't expect a lot of corrections to actually occur. So after this high being broken, I mean, there's a low chance that price could actually give us a correction for a solid setup for a continuation, and then I look to buy there. So that's actually a valid buy that I look for, or that I actually be interested in entering on. Before continuing for the upsides, let's say price just shoots down, because price has done this plenty of times, especially with deep retracements like this. Price could just shoot down pretty aggressively and just act like it's just gonna go all the way down. All right, in that case, kicking this thing off my list. And if price just continues moving up impulsively, I'll look for my annex entries, which again I haven't really brought to the public yet, but it's allowing me to take a lot greater advantage of my winners, which I'll share one day. No, I really like it, but it is an issue with actually timing when it comes, because I'm not gonna be on chart all day long, at least anymore. Even though I want to be. It's just that there are times where I'm away from the chart, that the signal comes and I don't have alerts set to tell me, hey, the signal's here. So figuring out how to set those, wow, I could code something that tells me, hey, when these two things happen, hey, there's a potential setup here, look at your chart, and I could ping it to my phone. I had to code that MT4, MT5, and have it ping to my phone. I could. That's a definite solution. That's definitely a solution. Ah, man, my neck. Okay, so that's your GBP. I mean, more things have to develop for me to say anything here. Like, I mean, if you missed the entry, you missed the entry. Like, I sent out stuff telling you guys, hey, it's time to look for entries. I sent out the little GIF. I sent out saying, hey, my alert went off. Look at EURGBP, and we had two opportunities, right? First time the sell signal came was here. Second time was here, or not sell, but entry signal for the buy. Okay, so there's two requested pairs that we've got to look at. We got to look at gold and US30. We're gonna look at gold first to see if that played out. And gold, first part of it did play out, second part did not. We got the correction we were looking for, but price did not continue down from that correction. Price actually revisited this high. Now, something I will go ahead and look at in this situation. Still has potential to sell right now. It's not as clean as I would have liked it, but shouldn't give up on your setups too early, right? Because in these areas, fake outs do occur. So what we could see in this area, that is absolutely terrible. That is absolutely terrible. I would never let me draw something like that. Okay, that's better. Okay, off the 1 hour time frame. Actually, in this situation, we're looking for 15-minute setups. We have 1 hour structure built here. Okay, we have a channel here. Now, at the top of this channel, we had an ascending channel there. We had a reversal here. We were looking for an impulse down and correction, price to at least come back down to the bottom of the channel. Breaking that channel, potentially. That's angular. It's not really too great there. Price is already visited and taken out that level. Price is taking out pretty much all the levels so far. Yeah, we're not gonna overshoot it. That's even better there. This is just a better signal telling me, I mean, this is just another signal telling me to look for a sell. That signal is like we have an impulse here, correction here, impulse up, but this impulse up barely shot above this high here, and this retracement is very aggressive coming down. So I'm looking for the break of the trend line, small correction, and price to come down to the bottom of that channel. I'll send this to the live chat if you want to go ahead and look at it. I'm not going to send it to the Discord server. Fix that, send that. I think there was a, wasn't there something that I did send out because I said, hey, I really like this setup. I think it may have been gold. My face is all in the camera. Did I accidentally send it to a different section? Nope. Okay, I must not have sent it. I think I must have just sent it in the live chat yesterday or the other day. It was yesterday or the day before. But that's gold. That's what I'd be looking for there. Let's go to US30. I believe we looked at US30 on the 1 hour. And US30 beautifully played out. We got the break of the trend line. We have, looks like 2 sell opportunities here that we could have entered off of, and then we got that selling opportunity right there. Now here, price did not give us our buy. If you bought at this level, well, first of all, the way price approaches is very aggressive. So in that situation, we shouldn't be buying at this level in the first place. But let's say you did, and we'll consider that, right? So price shot up for a short period of time, then price came back down, right? But price gave us an impulse and a correction here for a selling opportunity. Did it correct to any of our levels? It did correct to a nice little level there for that sell. Now, I'm not considering that a catch. The only catch that we have is this sell opportunity. Let's go down to the 15-minute and look closer at that to see how we could have caught it if you were paying attention to US30. Let's delete these lines. My mouse is floating across the screen right now. So if you request a US30, I hope you caught it. Some really nice moves and nice opportunity to actually earn some money there. So we'll just dumb this. We'll say instead of 2 setups here, we'll have 1 setup. Yeah. In this situation, there's only 1 opportunity here that I would actually take. So we got the selling opportunity here for this push down, and then targets would be set right above this level, because obviously in that situation I was looking for a buy here. But how aggressively price pushed here, that buy would not be an opportunity that we should have taken. Okay. Oh, I also said I wanted to look at DXY, see if that sale happened or not. It has started to happen, and it retraced to the next level. So looking for DXY to drop. Not sure this far down just yet. At least drop to hit this area here. But yeah, that's about it. Okay, now let's get into daily thoughts. So today I actually want to talk about like my tilt yesterday. Basically I ended up just not following my rules yesterday, right? And got into the trap of over trading, right? If you know my trading, I generally take like 2 to maybe 4 positions per week. Now I will take into account I have added more pairs to my list, so that's something to take into account. This is the first week where I've added more pairs for this year, right? Beginning of this year, I had the goal of just really getting down EURJPY. Got it down, back tested it a ton, and I'm really comfortable with that pair. I really like that pair now. Now I started to add pairs back to my list. Now, what happened yesterday, I took 3 losses on GA. I took 1 loss on dollar Swiss. I missed an opportunity on EURGBP. The day before that, I missed another opportunity. Yeah, I did miss another opportunity on EURGBP, so that should be 2. But we're talking about yesterday. That's why I have 1. And that's a miss on the main account. The secondary account, I actually took that position. No, let's go to that because like there's also another position that I missed there. But I think I missed it because it was late. No, I'm thinking of EURAUD. Okay, let's just follow the list that I have here. EURAUD, I missed 2 entries. That's the one I missed 2 entries on. Entry down here and entry here, right? Both perfect setups and setups that I'm taking every single time. I'll take it over and over again, but I missed both of them. And those happened after the 3 losses on GA. And after 2 losses on a trade, that's when I'm supposed to stop, and I didn't stop. I just kept going and going and going. And like I noticed that I kept doing it, but I was talking out, hey, I shouldn't be trading. I shouldn't take this trade. I was literally saying that, and I took it anyway, which is ridiculous. But that's but I felt like the need to like say that on here because I guess, like I said, I want to be as transparent as possible with this YouTube channel and with me actually tracking myself. I don't really want to hide anything. So when those things do happen, I want to make it known. Now, the biggest problem that I do have when I don't the biggest problem that I do have is over trading. The last time this happened was in February. I know like when I do over trade, like that's when I lose the most money. That's where that's the area where I basically self-destruct. And I found a way to combat that, but I have a rule set to combat that. But actually applying that rule when this does happen, I need to be clear, focused, and actually thinking through the process instead of just opportunity take it. Now, I was driving after that, after I walked away from the charts, right? After I got mad, walked away from the charts, I was driving. I was like, okay, what's the possible solution to fix this? Like, if this happened 2 times this year, how can I prevent this from happening and prevent this from taking back the progress that I had? I'm still in profit for the year, but like I'm in less profit obviously than what I should be according to my rules if I follow my rules completely. So what's another way to combat this? A way that I thought was to lower risk. But when should I lower risk? When do I know the times to lower risk, or when do I know the times to actually increase risk? So I was able to lay out some areas where, okay, if I'm going to lower my risk to this level, like it's gonna be pretty low. Like it's gonna require me to day trade to keep up the same numbers that I produce on a monthly basis, basically. If I'm gonna do that, where are the opportunities I could put more on? Where are opportunities where I can say, okay, this is turning into a winner, and I could put more onto this position. I can basically scale into the opportunity. So that led me to say, okay, when do I know that this is most likely going to be a winner for me? And that led into digging into my winners and stuff like that, and coming up with another idea, right, which is going to be interesting. Again, I'll share it when I get there, when I have all the sets that I want for it. Hold on. Okay. I'm not going to share the strategy, but I'll share. Well, you guys know my basic strategy. It's derived from that, right? I mean, you could take the base of that and figure out some things for yourself. Okay. But yeah, so I figured out a plan an approach that I could possibly take to solve the problem, or at least combat with the problem. And that route's just gonna be more of a grind than what I do now. Instead of taking 2 trades per week, it's gonna lead to probably taking 10 trades per week, which is gonna get me into that mode, or get me into a higher probability of being in that mode of over trading. But the pros to that is that if I do overtrade in that situation, my losses would be way lower than if I stuck to what I'm doing now and ended up overtrading. Okay, and my win rate would have to be at a certain point in order to convert back to the higher risk, or the risk that I'm using now. But that's just those are just the thoughts from yesterday. After that, I guess, episode, or after that series of losing trades. It was just a few. So that's pretty much, yeah, that's pretty much it. Also want to say, like, I guess, like, when I got risk management down and I started to see some progress and some consistency, I guess I expected I'll say beforehand. Definitely beforehand. I expected not to have these type of mistakes happen anymore. I expected it to, like, never happen again. But it keeps happening, it keeps recurring. It's like unless I strictly create it into a habit, or intentionally create it into a habit to, like, when this happens, this is what I'm going to do, and I do it every single time. Until I do that, every time I'm faced with a problem, it seems like I have to use willpower in order to do what I know I need to do, instead of it being automatic. So, not completely there yet, but I'll get there eventually. And I don't think the problems, like, ever go away. It's just finding more efficient ways to deal with them, deal with the issues. Like, if you haven't, if like, you get mad when something happens, or if I get mad when something happens, what's a way that I can combat that, so maybe I don't get mad in that situation? Or if I do get mad in that situation, the way that I have things set up, it's not going to destroy me. It's not going to destroy my progress or anything like that. I think like that's been the approach that I've been taking, or for the past that's the approach I've been taking for a while, at least 6 months. But those are daily thoughts. I really appreciate you guys watching. Hope you guys like the stream. If you guys do have any pairs or anything that you guys want to talk about, go to the link in the description where, wow, go to the link in the description for the Discord server. You can go there, reach out to me, and we can talk. You can also talk to the community there. I believe we have about 158 people, almost 200 people in there now. Let's see. Dang, we have 194 people in there. Man, y'all been I did not know that. So we almost have 200 people here, so about 6 people away. If you guys have any charts, please don't hesitate to send it out. Like, this is meant for us to like learn from each other. Like, I mean, we say trading's a lonely business, but whether you have to vent, whether you really want to share an idea, or you really want to share a trade, like, I mean, share it. Like, if you have this community, if there's a group of people that collectively that trade, they're gonna relate to you. I mean, or you have an opportunity to relate to somebody, right? And not be lonely because of trading. Like, you don't have to be all the time. There are points where you have to be. Yeah, I guess there are points where you have to be. But hope you guys enjoyed the call. I'll catch you in the next one.